right, so I decided to take a walk down memory lane, and if somebody would ever told me that after becoming an adult at 21, I'm now 50 years old, for 1/3 of my life that I would have been on a major network show, I would have said they're crazy. But the fascinating thing about Shark Tank is that it's been out, I think, longer than most shows. I think it's like the 3% or 4% of shows that ever lasted this long. But you can see the clear change in the opening scene of what I'm going to look at, here. And I'm going to just tell you some of the behind the scenes stories and the things that I was thinking about. And it's just really amazing to just go back in time and being able to look at it. And I want to really tell you about how Shark Tank itself had the mentality of a startup. So, as I look at this thing, you hear this music right now, right? By Boyz II Men. I think That's What I Want, right? Money, That's What I Want. And then Barbara's looking over the person. Now you'll notice that in the newer Shark Tanks, we didn't put that music there. I think because of royalty, the AKA Kevin O'Leary wonderful royalty that whoever owned the publishing to that song was too much. So it's almost like a startup who says, wait a minute, where can we cut costs? Because, this show, has to save. And so I think they cut that out. So you'll only see that, I think, maybe in the first 4 episodes or 5. I don't know if it was the whole season. Maybe it was the whole season. The person hands Barbara a check. You look at this beautiful mansion. I have no idea whose house that was. You see Robert talking. And Robert's not being his goofy self, because the whole time he was, Robert reminded me of Alf. You remember Alf, the little blonde guy, the alien whose hair kept flopping like this, right? That's Robert, right? Then Barbara, Central Park, all of a sudden, Barbara's looking at this guy. She has blonde hair. Look how she's looking at him. Now, Barbara is looking at this man like the pervert she is.
Bring it on.
Have you ever seen on Shark Tank where she's always hitting on people? She is staring and glaring at this person. Think about, if you see this check being handed, just look at her stare. Number one, she's crossing over into his private space and putting her hand next to his hand. Now she's looking at him, crossing her legs, and then looking at him again. Right? All right, now we're on Kevin Harrington. Kev was on the first 2 seasons of the show. Really great guy. Now, this guy is out there playing. He's really focused. All right, quick. Oh, there goes Damon. There goes the best one. Hold on. All right, now, I want you to look at DAYMOND JOHN right there. First of all, they got it right. I'm stirring some kind of drink or beverage. I knew that I was going on to the show, and I am at my best weight ever. I'm like 173. Now, right now, I'm at my worst weight ever, which is 193. My fighting weight is 182. But look at me. I mean, you can actually see my neck in there. Now, you see button-down shirts? You see the open collar? I don't wear that unless I'm under 180, because then you see a little donut right there. So you haven't seen me wear a shirt like that since 2012. But look at that. I am looking so young. I wore that vest until about 2012, and then one trip to Golden Corral, all the buttons popped off at the same time. Let me see here. Who else we got here? They keep showing the money, $1 million written down. And the funny thing is that because I'm dyslexic, when they kept asking me to write the check, because things are typed out these days, I didn't remember what $1 million looked like. It was 1000, then dash 000, and dash another 000, then .00. So I kept going over it a lot of times, and then we got. Oh, is that Kevin O'Leary? Look how young Kevin looks. He looks like he's about 96 in this one. Look how young he looks. So, you think about it like, I want to tell you why Shark Tank was truly a startup. Because at first, we came out at a time when people couldn't go to banks to get any money, and we were in the middle of the recession, so people wanted hope. You have the music talking about That's What I Want. And when I first went on the show, I went on there trying to leverage and try to diversify my portfolio. And I wanted to get really great opportunities. And I wanted to honestly steal the companies a little bit, like get companies on a discount, right? We were in a tough time. But I ended up, and like all other sharks, we ended up realizing that these were companies that we were going to operate with the owners, unlike when I acquired brands and I took the whole company and the owner just sold me the company, like selling a house. When you're trying to buy a house on the market, you want to get the best price for the house, right? You don't necessarily care about the owner, you know what you want to pay. But we had to deal with something else. We were minority shareholders in a company, and this was not about taking a company away. This was about working with people and helping them grow, because why would you want to go into a negotiation with the other party still in the business and they felt like you took advantage of them or they were slighted? They would never work for you. So we had to adjust our mentality, number one. The show itself, it tried to find its place. Like if you're right now thinking about where you're going to advertise, Instagram, Facebook, airports, or billboards, the show was on, I think, like a Sunday night, then a Thursday night, then a Friday night, then a Monday night. It started moving around trying to find its customers and find who would be most likely to watch a show. And our customers kept finding us, right? Also, the show, was almost going to be canceled the first 3 years in a row, but it was because of people like you who kept watching the show saying, hey, I can watch the show with my family and my kids. My kids watch the show by themselves. My kids are coming home negotiating with me. My kids want to be sharks now, not just actors and athletes, right? So we started to find that the show had a bigger meaning, but it was very hard for us to go out into the world and promote the show. It was like, people were like, well, who wins the money? Are you eating sharks, or are you cleaning shark tanks, or are you diving with them? But it was because of all these little entrepreneurs that went on to the show and then went out to the world and said, wait, this is real. I got a backer, I got money, I got, my product is going, it has a little bit more shelf life and it's going to live a little bit longer. Maybe I'm going to be successful. And they started going on their own show. Just like your customer who gets your product and your brand, who thinks about it and then goes out there and starts talking about it. So anyway, that's my little recap, and it's really great to see us there. You notice Lori was not on the first season, and neither was Mark Cuban, and those were the Sharks. And the best thing about this is when Mark Burnett and Clay and ABC put this out, they didn't put big celebrities on because they knew that real business people, real consumers like you said, I don't think that these people who are athletes or singers or dancers have time to help run these companies because they have to do what they do best. I only want to see real business people. And some people say get rid of the show because these people aren't stars and we need to see shiny, glossy things. And the show's only on the air still till today because the real people in real business knew that you need real business people to really be on this show. And it's really great taking a walk down memory lane with you. I'm gonna give you some more of these. I'm gonna go into some of the pitches a little later on and look at some other things. What's up? Now, it's the Shark DAYMOND John here, and if you're already here, I already know you're dedicated to bettering yourself and learning as much as you can. To learn even more, subscribe to my channel and make sure that you don't miss any of these valuable videos, and I will see you next time.